the Shell Oils Pre-83 Group 1 touring cars. Some very lovely cars in this next race indeed. Pole position will go to Mike Luck, the reigning champion, in his BMW E21 323, alongside Mark Osborne, the Welshman, in his Triumph Dolomite Sprint. Second row, multiple champion Stephen Primet in his Mark 1 Escort, alongside the similar machine of number 18, Mark Lucock. Third row of the grid, Thomas Harvey in his Mark 1 Escort starts alongside Mark Cholerton in his Mark 2 Escort. And another Mark 2 and RS2000 for Steve Cripps on row 4 alongside the Jaguar of David Howard. Fifth row, Stuart Kay with his Capri, number 44, starts alongside the similar machine of Malcolm Best. On row 6, David Margulies with his Alfa Romeo, starting alongside Carl Shreve in his Dolomite Sprint. Row 7 is number 22, which is Sam Wilson. He's in a Rover SD1. Very beautiful car indeed, that one. I think that's the same Sam Wilson we saw in the previous race in the Aston Martin, so he's had to dash off to change cars. He will start alongside Bradley Bosdetz, who's racing a Ford Escort. Row 8, Anton Martin's Ford Fiesta and H. Harvey in an Escort Mark 1. Row 9, Ray Kirschberg in his Metro and Mark Bevington. He's in a Toyota Celica. Jake Margulies, son of David, is next. And he's in a BMW, starting alongside Alan Wayman, celebrated his birthday yesterday, racing his Chevrolet Camaro. Colin Claxton is next on the grid. We've seen him in his Mark 1 Escort earlier this weekend. He's now in a Triumph Dolomite Sprint, starting alongside Phil Waller in his Hillman Avenger. At the back of the field, we have Keith Evans at the wheel of his Alfa Romeo Alfa Sud. Well, before we get underway with the green flag lap for this one, we can hear from our pole sitter, Mike Luck.
With Mike Luck. Nice to have a little sit down, nice to have a bit of a calming down after a great qualifying session, Mike.
Yes, thank you. I must admit I wasn't that confident during qualifying, a bit slippery and plenty of traffic, nice busy grid today. But no, pleased with pole.
And it's somewhere you're used to being as well at the front.
Yeah, I've raced for a good few years, and the little BMW's it really is quite a nice little car to drive, and I can got the measure of it now. So we can keep up there.
But it's not just qualifying where you're excelling; you're having a great season in terms of wins as well.
Yeah, we've had a few wins. People have been pushing us, but I've managed to give a few wins away. We had a misfire and. One thing or another, but no, we've brought it home in first place a few times now.
Now the car behind, we're just looking inside. It looks absolutely immaculate. Tell us a little bit about the BMW behind us.
Well, we got here an E21, 1978. It was a car that I built. Well, a group of us built when I had a preparation business, a good few years ago for a great client and friend, and. It was built with just about every bit of experience and knowledge that we'd got. That the client wanted the best, and we gave it to him. So she's getting on nearly 6 years old now, but she still looks nice. We built, it's one of these things. You build it right in the first place, and they stay right.
And you're definitely getting the best out of it. Best of luck with the race today as well.
Thank you very much.
Cars on the grid then, ready for our Pre-83 touring car race, sponsored by Shell Oils. It is Mike Luck in pole position, the former Clubman sports car racer in that beautiful orange BMW, alongside the black Dolomite Sprint of Mark Osborne, a former champion. One car getting a push there. Problems for Bradley Bosdet with his Mark II Escort. He's hit problems on the grid, so there may be a delay here. And pushed to in between David Margulies in the Alfa Romeo and the number 14, that's Carl Shreve in what I think is the Tony Crudgington Triumph Dolomite Sprint. Ford Escort's the most popular choice. We've got Stephen Primet, former champion, and Mark Lucock. Bradley Bosdet has got the Escort going, just needed a push start there. Tom Harvey in his Shell Sport liveried number 3 there. We've got H. Harvey back on the grid as well in the number 47. That's the white car going through there. Rare Toyota Celica, more famous as a rally car, of course. Mark Bevington at the wheel of that one. Al Wayman's out there. He had problems with his fuel pump in qualifying. Good to see that the birthday boy has made it out. We won't reveal his age. We'll just say he is certainly one of the most experienced drivers on this grid in the Chevy Camaro. 86 Colin Claxton back there with him with his dolly sprints. There's the Jaguar of David Howard, the XJ12. Stuart Kay with the Triple X Capri is out there. David Margulies in the Andy Rouse replica Alfa Romeo. And Andy won the British Touring Car Championship in a car same as that in 1983. Cars making their way to the grid then for the Shell Oils Pre-83 Touring Car Championship race. One car hitting trouble, Bradley Bosdead. We saw him getting a push start on the grid. The car's given trouble again on the green flag lap, the Mark II Escort. So he has pulled off on Cooper Straight. That might lead to a delay to the start while he's removed. In pole position, it is Mike Luck in his BMW, alongside Mark Osborne from North Wales in his Triumph Dolomite Sprints. Then a whole clutch of Ford Escorts, 5 of them in fact. Stephen Primetz, Mark Lucock, Tom Harvey, Mark Chollerton. And next in the order is Steve Cripps. We'll see his son Matthew out in the junior saloon cars as well. David Howard's Jaguar, Stuart Kay in the Triplex Capri. Malcolm Best in his red and white Capri, been racing Capris for many years. David Margulies in the Alfa Romeo, and Carl Shreve in the Triumph Dolomite Sprint. And maybe a brief delay to the start here because Bradley Bosdead's car is just being towed off the Cooper Straight where it came to a halt. This will be a 15-minute race for the Shell Oils Pre-83 Group 1 touring cars. Mike Luck, Mark Osborne, Stephen Primetz, the main contenders for victory. See what David Howard can do. Although that Jaguar does seem to like to cook its brakes, unfortunately, so he may fade as the race goes on. Yeah, there we see Bradley Bosdead's car just being towed into the paddock. Car giving up halfway round the green flag lap, unfortunately. So just a short pause here while we get the rest of the grid into line by the look of things. Things have been slightly thrown into confusion by the absence of that car. I don't think Anton Martin is there either, car number 6 with his Escort, the former Bangor racer. Pack moves off. I think we're going to do another green flag lap. Yes, green flag's waving, so it's another formation lap. There's Bradley Bosdead's car, you can see there, being towed into the tunnel into the paddock. He is a non-starter. There's Al Wayman, there's Phil Waller. Previously raced a Peugeot 206, now in a Hillman Avenger. Keith Evans at the back in the little Alfa Sud. One car that I don't think is there, unfortunately, is Ray Kirschberg in the Computer Vision Metro, the Group A Metro replica. Raced in period by Steve Soper, among others. The original of that car now campaigned by Patrick Watts, the former BTC Seaman, among other drivers. No, Ray Kirschberg in the Metro is not there, sadly. H. Harvey in the Escort. Cars coming up to the grid then for the Shell Oils Pre-83 Group 1 touring car race. Mike Luck's BMW, the reigning champion, on pole. Mark Osborne in the Triumph alongside him. Then a quintet of Ford Escorts. 3 Mark 1s, 2 Mark 2s, including that Droop Snoot RS 2000 of Steve Cripps. David Howard's Jaguar is next in a pair of Capris. This is how saloon car racing looked in the late 1970s, the early 80s here at Brands Hatch. Great names took part like Andy Rouse, Jerry Marshall, Colin Vandervelde, Jonathan Buncombe, and many more. Last few cars coming into line at the back. The green flag will be shown when the red lights come on, and off they go. And a poor start by Mike Luck. It's Mark Osborne who goes into the lead. Stephen Primmett coming through into second. Terrible start by the pole sitter. He's going to be down to about 5th place as they go into paddock by the look of things. Everybody away well from further back on the grid. And well, yes, Mike Luck is down into 5th from pole position. It's Mark Osborne in the Dolomite that leads the way. Mark Lucock up into 2nd place. Now, he was quickest for most of qualifying, was usurped at the end of the session by a couple of runners. 3rd place is Stephen Primmett. Then it's Mark Cholerton, the Norfolk driver in the Mark II Escorts. Through Graham Hill Bend for the first time. Tom Harvey going well in the Shell Sport liveried number 3 Escorts. Mark Lucock could take the lead here as they come into Surtees. Yes, he's got it. Stephen Primmett trying to come through as well. Mark Lucock into the lead in the Olympic Blue Mark I Escorts. A lot of understeer there through Clearways, though he ran out very wide. Osborne's back into 2nd place. This is close as they come round to complete lap number 1. It's Mark Lucock with the lead. He really has bolted in the early stages here, and Mike Luck, I don't know if he's got a problem. He's going backwards here in the BMW. David Howard now comes through. They get round Thomas Harvey in the number 3 Escort, though. Side by side there for, I think that's 4th and 5th position between Luck and Howard. It's Lucock that leads from Osborne, Primmett, then it's Mark Cholerton. Mark Lucock really pushing his Escort hard here. David Howard on the outside line there through Druids. Down the hill into Graham Hill Bend. 2nd place Mark Osborne under threat from his seemingly perennial rival Stephen Primmett in the Escorts. The cream-coloured number 67 Escorts. Repaired after an accident at Silverstone last season. Check out the various classes as well. Class A for the biggest cars, then B, C, D, and, well, nobody in Class E because the only entry in Class E was Ray Kirschberg and he was a non-starter. Side by side there as they come through. Tom Harvey and David Howard having a good scrap. The Jaguar's power tells on the straight. He pulls ahead. That's a Class A car. David Howard leading Class A. Mark Lucock overall leader in Class C. Class D is led by Tom Harvey, the smaller engined Escort, 1600cc. David Margulies in the Alfa Romeo leads Class B for the over 2 litre cars. So they file their way through Druids Bend. Mark Lucock still the leader from Mark Osborne, who's under threat from Stephen Primmett in the Mark I Escorts. Certainly Ford's the dominant mark in this series. Mark Cholerton there in 4th, returns to racing over the last couple of years after a few years away building up his business. See the understeer there, really understeer to oversteer as he comes through Clearways the leader. A bit of understeer from the big Jag as well of David Howard in the old British Leyland colours. That was originally on the XJ Coupe back in about 1980. Mark Osborne in the Dolly Sprint there in 2nd place. The first car ever sold with a 16-valve engine. There's Steve Cripps in the RS2000. David Margulies with the Alfa Romeo. His son Jake further down the lineup. He's in 15th in his BMW. Still a long time to go in this one. Just under 12 minutes to go out of the 15. This Shell Oils pre-83 touring car race. Mark Lucock led by half a second at the end of the previous lap, but Mike Luck has now done the fastest lap in 5th place in the BMW, so he's starting to get into his stride now after a struggle around the opening lap. Leader again torturing his tyres there through Clearways. Mark Osborne taking the tighter line side by side with Primmett, who tries to go around the outside. Cholerton in behind them. Here comes Primmett, gets the cut back onto the inside on the road to Druids. I think he's going to go through on the inside here into 2nd place, Stephen Primmett. Yes, he's done it. The Escort goes up into 2nd place. It's Fords 1 and 2. Triumph in 3rd place, then another Ford, that of Mark Cholerton. And then Mike Luck, the reigning champion in the BMW. Now, where's he in his class? Yeah, they're all Class C cars, the top 5. David Howard, the first Class A car, in 6th place. Seventh place is Tom Harvey, the smaller engined Escort. He's going great guns up there in 7th. That's only a 1600 power plant in that Escort. All the others are 2 litre. 10 minutes to go. We reach 1/3 distance in this Shell Oils Pre-83 touring car race. Mark Chollerton under fire from Mike Luck in the BMW. Stephen Primet is just on the fastest lap of the race, 57.526, and he's closing on our race leader, Mark Lucock. It's the battle of the Mark 1 Escorts out in front. Mark Chollerton is all over the back of Mark Osborne there, and in turn under fire from Mike Luck in the BMW. Down the hill, Osborne pulls away a little bit in a straight line. David Howard wants a bit of this as well in the Jaguar. They're coming up to lap Phil Waller in the Hillman Avenger. It was Bernard Unett who won a couple of British touring car titles in an Avenger in the 70s, in the smaller classes, when it was a multi-class discipline in British Saloon Car Championship as it was known then. The halcyon days of the Tricentral era. Over the line they come, and Stephen Primet has caught our race leader. Another fastest lap, 57.503 this time by. He's going to go for the lead on the inside here. No, he's not going to get through at Paddock Hill Bend. Mark Lucock holds him off. Very experienced racer in his Mark 1 Escort, has campaigned this car for many years. Holding off Stephen Primet, the Bedfordshire driver. Mark Lucock from Buntingford in the south of England. Nose to tail as they head through Graham Hill Bend. Still third is Osborne. Next Chollerton, Luck, Howard, Harvey in the number 3 Escort 7th, and a small gap back to Matthew Cripps in 8th place. And a bigger gap back to 9th place, which I think is still David Margulies in the Alfa Romeo. Carl Shreve now up into 10th in the Dolomite. What's Stephen Primet going to do here? They come down towards Paddock Hill Bend. He's in the slipstream. Which side's he going to go? Mark Lucock moves to the inside to defend. Primet's going to try and go round the outside. They're side by side on the entry to Paddock Hill Bend. This is close. Again, Lucock later on the brakes. He holds him off. This is good driving by Mark Lucock to hold off the multiple Pre-83 champion. Mike Luck trying to go round the outside of Mark Chollerton's Escort, and he's done it up into 4th position. So that BMW could come into play here as well. He's caught a glimpse of them in the background. Just one retirement so far, apart from Bradley Bosday, who failed to start. Colin Claxton has pulled the Triumph Dolomite into the pits. Along Cooper Straight into Surtees. Pressure still on from Primet on the back of Mark Lucock. Just a couple of Escort lengths in it there as they come through clearways into Clark Curve, and Primet able to close up again. He seems to be slightly stronger in a straight line, the 67 car. Mark Lucock able to brake later for Paddock every time. They're really close here as they go down towards Paddock. He's going to try the outside again, Stephen Primet. They're almost touching their inches between the two of them. That was very close. Almost a bit of rubbing there. They avoid each other, and still Lucock leads. Coming up to lap Keith Evans in the Alfa Romeo as Primet has a look to the inside at Druids. He won't get through there. Really soaking up the pressure here, Mark Lucock. This is a great dice between the two experienced Mark 1 Escort racers. Through Graham Hill Bend for the 9th time. Primet still has the fastest lap of the race. And Mike Luck has got through into 3rd while that was going on as well. The BMW up into a podium position. Now he'll go after the Escorts. Lucock doesn't want to understeer wide there again. He gets a little bit of a slide, a little bit of oversteer there through clearways. Mark Lucock defending again. What's Primet going to do this time? Can he get the inside line away? Again, Lucock moves across him. He's right in the slipstream there. Almost an 8-wheeled Mark 1 Escort down towards Paddock Hill Bend. This is terrific racing. Now Primet has a look on the inside as they lap Keith Evans. No, not going to get through there. A little bit of a slide there from Stephen Primet. Battles further down the order, but it's all about this lead fight at the moment. They're side by side on the run through Druids. Now Primet trying to get a run on the inside for Graham Hill Bend. No, you don't, says Mark Lucock. Moves out to take the line. Oh, this is superb racing between these two. Just under 6 minutes of this race still to go. The lead battle of the weekend so far here at Brands Hatch. Oh, a spin there. David Howard has gone. Now I wonder if that's braking problems. We said that Jaguar likes to use up its brakes quickly. David Howard has spun. Meanwhile, Primet had a look there. coming through clearways. Doesn't manage to get up alongside Lucock. Lucock's run a bit wide though, coming out of Clark Curve as David Howard rejoins in the Jag. The leaders are heading up towards Paddock Bend once again. They're still side by side, but again, Primet was on the outside coming into Halewood Rise, and it's still Lucock who's got the lead. Here they come into Druids. They've got Jake Margulies in the BMW ahead of them there, and the Celica being lapped as well of Mark Bevington. I can tell you Stuart Kay has retired his Ford Capri further back. That car rebuilt after a shunt at Silverstone at the start of the season. Primet had to go round the outside there, Jake Margulies at Graham Hill Bend. That's lost him a couple of lengths. Blue flags being waved by the marshals at the back markers to tell them the quicker runners are coming through. Mike Luck has just done the fastest lap of the race. Can he catch these two and make it a three-way lead battle? You can see Lucock again a bit wide there through clearways. He always does there. Here they come then. Just over 4 minutes to go. What can Stephen Primet do to try and dislodge Mark Lucock? It's a long time since Mark Lucock has taken an overall win, and Primet throws it up the inside into Paddock. Can he make the move? No. Lucock defends. This is brilliant racing. This is worthy of modern day British touring cars. Superb stuff from the Pre-83 Group 1 touring cars sponsored by Shell Oils. A slide there from Primet again. They're really pushing these escorts to their absolute limits. Primet again quicker in a straight line down into Graham Hill Bend. They've got to be mindful that Mike Luck is closing as well. The gap last time through was 2 seconds between Primet and Luck. But of course, the harder they fight each other, the two escorts, it's allowing Mike Luck to close in. He's got clear of Mark Osborne now. Phil Waller's Avenger goes a lap down. Now, what can Primet do this time? Can he get into the slipstream on the run into Paddock? Here he goes. He's going to try again. Closes right up on Lucock. Can he get the inside this time? No, he's going to force him to go the long way around. He's going to have to be very late on the brakes here, Stephen Primet. He's tried this several times already, and again it doesn't work. Great driving by both of these racers. You want to award the race jointly to them. Luck has closed in again. That time through, he's got the gap down to 1.5 seconds between Primet and Luck now. But I think Mike Luck is going to need a slice of luck if he's going to get past these two. Nothing is getting past Mark Lucock at the moment. Into Surtees again. Here comes the BMW as well. Soon going to be 3 for the lead. Here they come into clearways. Primet still trying to pressure Mark Lucock into a mistake. 2.5 minutes to go. Closest race of the weekend so far. What's Primet going to do this time? This is where he's stronger. Down the straight, he can slipstream Mark Lucock. Which side's he going to go? He's going to the outside. You have to be so brave on the brakes to try and go around the outside at Paddock Hill Bend. Again, Lucock holds the lead. Primet gets the cut back to the inside. Can he get up the inside on the run to Druids? No, again, Lucock defends, but look who's behind them. Here comes the BMW. He's almost with them now. Can Mike Luck steal this? Made a poor start from pole position, dropped back to 5th, but he's fought his way back into the lead battle. Blue, white and red. If they were minis, they'd be the other way round, wouldn't they? Red, white and blue. 4th place, the Dolomite there a bit sideways. Mark Osborne still ahead of Mark Chollerton. It's all about these 3 for the lead. Mark Lucock understeering a bit again there into clearways. He's pushing so hard, right on the limit of adhesion there. A bit wide through Clark Curve as well. And here comes Mike Luck. That BMW looks very rapid here. Now Primet goes for the inside. He won't get it there. Again, Lucock takes the line. They've got to be mindful that Luck is there as well. Sideways there from Stephen Primet. Still Lucock has the lead. This is an absorbing battle for the front. Just over a minute to go, so I think there'll be 1 more lap to go. Still Mark Lucock has the lead. Coming up to lap Al Wayman in the Chevy Camaro. Oh, this is going to be so tense. There'll be 1 more lap to go this time. Can Mark Lucock hang on? They'll see the last lap board and it'll be like a red rag to a bull for the two pursuers. They know they've got to throw everything they've got at Mark Lucock here. Here we go. Mike Luck takes the high line down the Brabham Straight. He could go for second here if he gets his braking right. Primet's having a look on the inside. Here comes Mike Luck. He's going to throw it up the outside. They're 3 wide. That's distracted Mark Lucock and he almost let Primet up the inside. But he defends again. This is terrific racing. We're on the last lap now. Into Druids for the final time. Lucock, Primet, Luck almost as one. Wayman lets them through in the Camaro. It's Mark Lucock. Has he done enough? Down to Graham Hill Bend. Stephen Primet is throwing his Mark 1 Escort around like a rally car. Thinks he's Hanu Mikkola. Here they come up towards Surtees for the final time. Mike Luck looking on from third place. It's all on the last couple of turns. The only hope Primet has got now is to slipstream Mark Lucock on the final straight. And I don't think he'll have enough room before the start-finish line. Here they come. The clock has counted down to 0. They're going for the checker flag. Oh, Lucock puts a wheel on the dirt. This could be Primet's opportunity. Here they come. Is he going to get there? Look, Primet closes, but it's too late. Mark Lucock wins an incredible race for the Shell Oils Pre-83 touring cars, and Mike Luck right behind them in the BMW. What a magnificent race. A stunning defensive drive by Mark Lucock in car number 18, and he is elated. That is the race of the day. Stephen Primet second, Mike Luck third, the three of them covered by 0.8 of a second. Mark Osborne takes fourth in the Dolomites, slowing after the line there. Fifth place goes to Mark Chollerton. It was Steve Cripps who came through for sixth ahead of Tom Harvey. Tom Harvey wins Class D, great effort overall by him. The Class B win goes to David Margulies in 8th place, and David Howard got going again after his spin. He wins Class A in 9th overall. I don't know about the drivers, I'm out of breath after that one. What a magnificent race. Well, I hope we can hear from all three of them. Let's have a look at the result then. 0.846 of a second covering the top three. Mark Lucock the winner ahead of Stephen Primet and Mike Luck, with Mark Osborne in the Dolomite in fourth. Mark Chollerton fifth ahead of Steve Cripps in number 40. Class D goes to Tom Harvey in seventh. David Margulies wins his Class B in eighth. David Howard wins Class A in ninth, and Malk Best rounds out the top 10 in the Capri. H. Harvey 11th in the Mark 1 Escorts. Then Alan Wayman 12th overall, celebrates his birthday with a decent result in 12th. Jake Margulies 13th, Mark Bevington 14th, and Keith Evans 15th in the Little Alpha Sud. The only other finisher was Phil Waller in the Hillman Avenger, a couple of laps down. We lost Carl Shreve into the pits, along with Stuart Kay and Colin Claxton all pulled off. Bradley Bosday, of course, was a non-starter. And we'll shortly be able to hand over, hopefully, to Parc Ferme to talk, hopefully, to all of our top three there. But for now, I need a cold shower. Let's head down to Ewan in Parc Ferme then and hear from our top three in that magnificent race.
Well done, buddy.
I'm in Parc Ferme with Mike Luck, third place. Wow.
That was great fun. That really was. I made a right mess of my start and just had to watch everybody go by and set about picking them off. But I desperately wanted to get into their little party, but there wasn't quite enough time.
I think you were part of the party. Being the three of you out front, that was great entertainment. I mean, that is what British motorsport is all about, right there.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, as close as you want to get without making a contact anywhere. And I think everybody thought they could get a bit of the action. But no, they did great, the pair of them. You know, they were dicing, but they were still keeping a good pace up, you know.
Fantastic. Well, there's a trophy on the roof behind you. I think that is one very, very well-earned piece of silverware. Congrats on not the result you wanted, but the result everybody wanted in terms of a race.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, it's been said before, but, you know, we really are thankful to the marshals. And, you know, great job.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for the entertainment, Mike.
You're welcome.
Well done. Now, I would love to speak to Stephen Pittman. He's in the car here. He was part of that trio of racers right at the front. Stephen. First of all, well done. Thanks for the entertainment. How was it from your point of view?
Oh, frustrating. Yeah, it's great, brilliant, really. Best result of the year. I've had a tough year, so yeah, very pleased with that. I was desperate for the win, but I couldn't make it stick.
I mean, you tried everything so many times down that final straight. You sort of tucking in behind, couldn't quite get him on that first turn.
No, I was getting a full overlap, but I'm on the outside. You know, we protected the inside. What can I do?
And then you got the guy behind you as well, Mr. Luck.
Then Mike comes, and then he got back and the front. So you know, but yeah, that's good.
That's good. Well, I think you need to go and speak to the marshals behind you, a bit of a grouping behind, but congratulations on a fantastic weekend, and thank you for the entertainment.
Cheers, mate.
So there is a driver's briefing right now. If you come back to us, we're going to try and speak to Mark Luckock, the winner of the race, also that trio. Wow. Dave, back to you for now.